In the shadows of tech headlines, AI hype cycles, and Wall Street distractions, something massive is quietly brewing, and most people have no clue. Bitcoin, the digital asset that once dominated every news cycle, is slowly gathering momentum again. No flashy hype, no celebrity endorsements, no TikTok frenzy, just quiet, relentless accumulation by institutions, whales, and investors who've seen this before. If you thought the 2021 bull run was wild, with Elon Musk tweets, meme coin madness, and NFTs being sold for millions, then buckle up. Because the next wave, it's not just going to be bigger, it's going to be smarter, stealthier, and far more explosive. Let's rewind for a moment. Where Bitcoin hit its all-time high of nearly $69,000 in November 2021, the market didn't just cool off, it collapsed. Over $2 trillion was wiped from the global crypto market cap. Scams unraveled. Major exchanges like FTX fell like dominoes. Influencers went silent. Celebrities deleted their crypto posts. Media headlines screamed crypto is dead for the 100th time. It was 2018 all over again. But bigger, bloodier, and more brutal. Retail investors bailed. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt ruled the airwaves. And just like that, the world moved on. Or so it seemed. But those who've been in crypto long enough knew one timeless truth. This always happens. Crypto moves in cycles. Violent, dramatic, emotional cycles. Booms and busts. Euphoria and despair. Hype and silence. And the time to pay attention isn't when it's all over CNBC or trending on Twitter. It's when no one's talking about it. When it's quiet. That's when the smart money moves. Now, here in 2025, the indicators are flashing green once again. Bitcoin has clawed its way back, building strong support above the $60,000 mark. But this time, it's different. The players have changed. Back in 2021, the narrative was driven by influencers, Reddit boards, and a storm of speculation. Now, the chessboard looks completely different behind the scenes. Institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, and Goldman Sachs are not just dipping their toes into the crypto waters, they're building boats, full-on battleships. BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF was a game-changer. It wasn't just about another investment product, it brought billions in institutional inflows and legitimized Bitcoin in the eyes of conservative fund managers around the globe. And that move forced others to follow. Pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, university endowments, and even national banks are now starting to allocate to Bitcoin, not for the trend, but because they're being left behind if they don't. Bitcoin is becoming less of a speculative gamble and more of an essential hedge, especially in a world of mounting debt, inflation uncertainty, and geopolitical chaos. It's no longer about should we buy Bitcoin. The question has evolved into how much should we allocate before the next run? The supply shock trigger. Let's talk supply. Bitcoin halving in April 2024 quietly cut the daily issuance of Bitcoin in half, from 6.25 BTC to 3.125 BTC per block. This wasn't just another technical milestone, it was the beginning of a supply squeeze. Historically, every halving has kicked off a parabolic bull run, 2012, 2016, and of course 2020 leading into 2021. This mechanism is hard-coded into Bitcoin's DNA. Every 4 years, supply tightens while demand grows. And this time, it's unfolding in a post-ETF world, with billion-dollar institutions loading up. Think about it. If demand rises and supply shrinks, the only direction price can go is up. That's not just bullish, it's explosive. Regulation, the surprise hero. For years, regulation was the boogeyman in crypto, a threat, a fear. But now, it's turning into the asset class's biggest catalyst. The US SEC and CFTC have begun laying down clearer frameworks, separating Bitcoin as a commodity, distinct from other crypto assets that may be classified as securities. That matters a lot. Institutional money doesn't flow into legal gray zones, but now with clarity, safety, and defined legal lanes, the floodgates are beginning to open. Yes, some altcoins will get buried under lawsuits, but Bitcoin? It's rising from the ashes as the regulated, legal, institutional-grade asset. That's music to Wall Street's ears. Retail is still sleeping. For now, let's talk psychology. Retail investors, the average folks, are still largely on the sidelines. Many got burned during the crash of 2022. Some swore never to touch crypto again, but if history has taught us anything, it's this: they always come back. And when they do, they don't trickle in, they stampede. Fueled by FOMO, by viral headlines, by Bitcoin hits new all-time high articles, they will pour back in with renewed mania. But by then, the smart money will have already positioned themselves. They're buying now, accumulating now, quietly, patiently. Uses the stealth phase, where the wealthiest few lay their groundwork before the crowd catches on. Not just a token, now it's a system. The 2021 bull run was built on hype. This one, it's built on infrastructure. Even in the Midwest, where what in industry has matured massively. We now have global crypto payment processors, instant Bitcoin transactions via the Lightning Network, Bitcoin used in real-world settlements by major banks, nations doubling down on Bitcoin as a reserve asset, LII portal protocols integrating Bitcoin as core collateral. Even traditional finance players like JP Morgan and Citi are settling tokenized assets on blockchain rails. Bitcoin is no longer just a speculative token, it's becoming a backbone of the future financial system. It's faster, borderless, transparent, immutable, and governments can't print it out of thin air. And that makes it valuable in a world where fiat currencies are quietly bleeding value. Global demand is rising fast. In 2021, Bitcoin's story was mostly Western, driven by tech bros, Silicon Valley, and American influencers. But in 2025, it's global. In Nigeria, Argentina, Turkey, Pakistan, and Venezuela, where inflation is rampant and currencies are collapsing, Bitcoin is becoming a survival tool, a lifeboat. In Southeast Asia and Latin America, it's being used for remittances, business transactions, and cross-border trade. In Europe, as economic uncertainty deepens, citizens are quietly diversifying into Bitcoin, not to get rich quick, but to preserve their wealth. This isn't just about speculative profits anymore, it's about sovereignty, security, and freedom. And that makes the demand more durable, more real, and far more explosive when paired with limited supply. On-chain signals don't lie. Still need proof? Look at the blockchain. It tells the real story. Long-term holders, lone wallets, that haven't moved Bitcoin in over 2 years are at all-time highs. Exchange reserves of BTC are at record lows, indicating people are pulling their coins off exchanges and into cold storage. While entities holding more than 1,000 BTC are accumulating again, hash rate, a measure of network security, is stronger than ever, meaning miner confidence is high. These aren't Reddit traders. These are institutions, hedge funds, tech-savvy nations, and sovereign actors making long-term moves. The writing is on the wall. The breakout is coming. The only question is, are you in position? So what does this mean for you? It means the window is still open, but not for long. If you're waiting for mainstream headlines to scream Bitcoin is back, you'll be too late. The smart money never waits for media validation. They act before the hype, before the frenzy. Before the crowds come rushing in, this is your early warning. The infrastructure is stronger, the regulation is clearer, the demand is real, the supply is shrinking, the whales are moving, on-chain signals are glowing green, Bitcoin is back. But this time, it's not coming with memes and moon boys, it's coming with suits, sovereigns, and systems. It's coming for everything. If this breakdown opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another update on the crypto market's biggest moves. Drop a comment below. Do you think this next bull run will break $100,000 0 cents? Or go even further? Don't wait for another all-time high to believe. The smart ones never do. This is your signal. This is your moment. Bitcoin is rising again, and this time, it's not just a comeback, it's a revolution.